Hello, 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 my friends. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good whatever part of the day it is for you. It is still Sunday, and that little pop-up thing, I'm going to undeafen people. Good to see all you wonderful folks. As you can tell, I'm here with my awesome friends for another day of Dungeons & Dragons Curse of Strahd, which was a whole lot of fun 2 weeks ago, and I hope that all of you people out there in Twitch and TV and YouTube land have enjoyed our little exploration so far. Last time we had a lot of fun exploring this crazy haunted house. It's very, very fitting for Halloween that we're in this dark, spooky place. Nietzsche, Taco Pie, Jitterbug, Shogi's in the chat. Hope you all are having a great weekend. So we are back, and I'm going to hand this over to Doreen because I think at the end of our last session, we ended up, I think, sneaking down to some basement dungeony area. So I don't know what's in store today, but I'm excited to jump back in. So actually, I should probably do introductions again real quick. On the top left, we have Archon, who is playing Ulrich. In the top middle, we got Doreen, who was our intrepid dungeon master here. On the top right, Jitterbug is playing the druid Tasso. Over to my left is Galen, played by Shogi. People of the stream will know him. I will be playing Evander, the dancing knife juggling bard. And over to my right is going to be Zach, who is, what was the description you put? Well-meaning conspiracy theorist dwarf, I think was what you called him.
That wasn't me. That was a title somebody else.
Well, somebody gave you a very fitting title. So, but we are happy to be here. So I'm going to throw it over to Doreen, who is, I believe, muted. There you go.
I got it. I just was clicking the wrong buttons. So yes, you guys did make it down into the basement of this manor home. And we left off as at your descent down this long stairwell. The air is very cold. It smells of dank, packed earth, which is what the floors are made out of. The walls are still mostly stone, roughly hewn. And if I remember correctly, Tasso, you brought the little dog down in the backpack.
I have the Poochie in my backpack.
And
he brought the dog with him? Oh, that's
I did. He's
super
in my
nice.
backpack.
It's ADA certified.
Fluffing, smelling your hair.
My puppy fur. Bjorn.
Mm-hmm. So you guys are now down here, and Galen, you were able to hear some kind of guttural growling sounds coming from your left. You can't see anything. It's still fairly dark. And Tasso, okay. You were able to hear some
skittering,
chittering sounds coming from somewhere ahead of you.
Did we hear chanting at some point from down here?
Panting?
Chanting.
Yes. So as you guys made that descent, almost immediately you began hearing this nearly like otherworldly chanting sound. You're now here where you can hear it very, very evidently. You don't know what language they're chanting in, but it sounds like whatever it is, they're repeating the same phrase over and over and over. So now, unless you have any other questions about what happened previously or where you guys are right now, I'll throw it back over to you guys as the players to decide what you want to do.
Can you remind us quickly what our light sources are right now? Does someone have a torch out?
I think Honored has one. And if anyone else wants to do that as well,
Evander has the one I gave him.
Okay, so Evander's probably carrying that right now.
All right. I'll always, just because this is being filmed, there'll always be someone with a light source somewhere, so that everyone can see who's watching what's going on. That's just what we have to do for this. But you guys should, if you want like major light, you should keep in mind that you need to light. Either use your dancing lights, light a torch, bring a candle, do whatever. Anything else?
I am not able to see my token. Not sure if I'm supposed to be on the map.
You are definitely on the map.
Yeah, I see you. You're
Hold
right
on, this
behind
might
Evan.
be why.
Yeah, he's just
I
below
know why
me
you
on
can't
mine.
see. I know why. Because don't worry, I'm fixing it.
Probably when you
Anything else though?
gave me control of things. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. I don't think I had anything else.
I still have nothing.
Okay. What would you guys like to do first then while you're down here? I will say the chanting seems to be coming from more where Tasso is kind of looking. Seems to be emanating somewhere deep further beyond in that direction, so south.
Actually, one quick question for Ulrich. When he was looking at the scrolls last time that were written in the Infernal script, he doesn't read that, but he reads something else that uses that same script. So would he have recognized that language?
Yeah, I guess he would have recognized the alphabet,
Okay.
but that's it.
Okay.
Would Evander be able to tell if there's any sort of musicality or poetry going on with this? Like they're reading from something that would have any sort of meter? Would he recognize anything like that from this
Ooh,
chanting?
if I knew more about music, I'd probably answer that.
Is it iambic pentameter?
Is it in 4 4s or the 3 4s?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say he would probably be able to pick up on it. It is musical in nature.
Okay.
But it's not like the top 40 hit or anything like
It's
that.
no song he would have recognized or anything like that. Okay.
Again, it's musical in nature in the tones and the flowing of their voice.
Okay.
And at some points you pick up on that there even seems to be a little bit of rhyming in as far as in this language, but it's a language that you guys don't know.
Sure.
And that's pretty much all that you're able to figure out from that.
Well, Evander would like to really zero in and focus on this chanting, and he wants to try to start humming along to try to almost get in the mindset of whatever's happening to see if he can get the feel and the meter and the flow, and even try to mimic the words if he can, just to get a feel for it.
Okay. I think especially as if you do that continually while you're down here, you can easily probably.
I could do a performance roll or something if you want me to try to do something like that.
I really would like to.
I'm going to try to do a performance roll. Here we go. Oh, that actually is not very good unless I have advantage.
No, you don't have advantage. So, but then again, you just got down here. Maybe you just need a little bit more time.
Okay, he needs to rehearse a little bit,
Yeah, a little bit. What is everyone else doing?
I'd like to get just a overall awareness of the surroundings. Obviously, is this what exactly does the hallways look like? Are there I guess torch sconces that we could light, or is it damp?
It's damp in the sense if you've ever been in kind of an unfinished cellar, it has that type of feeling. You do see spread throughout the wall that there are some sconces for torches and oil lamps and things like that, but none of them are lit.
Okay.
So we hear a little bit of chanting. Would Ulrich have heard any of that skittering or growling being all the way in the back?
From your vantage point, no.
Okay, but in general, Ulrich is on high alert. Just wants to keep his ears and eyes out for anything moving or any noise or anything strange.
Okay.
And then, so Tasso, I'm wondering if I could tell about how far away I think the skittering is, and if it's even something that I can tell what it is, like if it's 8 legs, 2 legs, 4 legs,
Okay.
just.
Go ahead. You can give me a nature check for that, as far as trying to discern what it might be.
Okay.
And also as far as distance, it's not like it's right on top of you.
Okay.
It is a fair bit away,
Right.
maybe about 15, 20 feet-ish. And you just hear a bunch of tiny feet scratching, clawing, and
Yeah, so I turn to Evander.
what I would like you to do, Tasso, give me a perception check.
Okay.
And you have advantage if it's through smell, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
He's
you
got a good
rolled
sniffer.
pretty
Yeah.
dang well anyway.
Either way, yeah.
Nose.
Yeah. So you're able to pick up on the fact that it's not like mammals. It's probably more insect in nature.
Okay. So I'll turn back to, I think Evander's standing right next to me, and in a very low voice, there's something in the halls. Insectoid. It's not an animal.
Do we all hear this?
I'm not trying to be super loud, so if he wants and chooses to pass it along.
I don't know if Evander would actually be the best person, but he's like really focusing on the chanting, so he might barely even know that you're talking to him. Yeah.
Okay. I jab at you with my quarterstaff just a
Okay.
little, like in
Okay.
the ribs. Like, hey,
Okay.
Insectoids.
there's something in the halls.
Okay. Evander's like, something. What do you mean something? Something like what?
Not quite mammal, not quite. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking insect, something.
You mean big bugs?
Yeah, something not friendly is all we need to know.
All right. Well, Evander's going to turn to Galen since he's on the other side. Just go, there's big bugs in the wall.
Galen immediately just goes, "Big bugs, laddie. What are you talking about?"
I don't know, the hairy one said there's big bugs.
I give a little growl.
Are they the ones chanting, laddie?
I don't think bugs have ever learned to speak in this language. I'm trying to figure that out, though. And Evander's going to go back to like listening to the chanting.
Yeah, I lean back and I just go, "Evander, ask Tasso. Pass it along."
All right. Evander's going to turn to Tasso. Are the bugs the one chanting?
No.
Okay. Evander's like, I didn't think so. He just looks at Galen and goes, no, it's not the bugs, okay?
Good to know, laddie.
What are you talking about up there?
Shh.
Galen, make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Or it's just like, oh my god, why don't they shut up? You have, it was blank for me for a second.
Yeah.
No wisdom.
Okay. So you're hearing movement down this hallway. And it seems like the growling is getting a little bit closer.
Oof.
Okay. To my right or to my left?
To your left.
Oh, okay.
So that would be above him on the map, is that correct?
I guess that would be right.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Then I'm going to whisper back to Galen. Okay, yeah, I'm going to whisper to myself. I'm going to whisper back to Evander. I'm just going to go, "Laddie, there's movement. Prepare yourself."
Evander's like snaps out of what he's doing. Oh, he's going to tell everybody, eyes up. Something's moving down here.
What?
I don't know, but shh, quiet.
To the front and to the left, laddie. I'm going to start to move forward. I like to kind of try to creep up to see if I can see around the corner, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead. Let's see. Hold on. Let me save something here.
Evander will creep right behind you to make sure you're not alone.
Okay, so it's fairly dark. You see that basically you're now kind of on a landing, and there's a short little staircase that descends like maybe 5 or 6 steps below. And you see some furniture. You can make out some shapes of some furniture. And you hear something bump against a chair, and it gets kind of shifts the whole table, but you don't quite see anything yet. But there's
Okay.
You're fairly certain that there's something moving fairly large in that room.
Okay. I turn to Evander and just go, "Did you hear that, laddie? There's something down there."
Evander nods. He's like, sounds big.
Hearing all this, Ulrich wants to hang back maybe like 15 feet and just stealth if he can to separate enough from the group to have his own stealth roll.
Well, the group hasn't moved just yet.
Okay, but he's letting them walk ahead and do what they're going to do, and he's going to try and stay in the shadows and not be seen as much as he can.
If we're planning on being quiet, I have something that can help with that.
All right, and Connor, what would you like to do?
Can I attempt an Arcana check to try to tell if this chanting might be part of a magic ritual of some sort?
Sure, absolutely. Okay. You can't feel any like magical whatever auras or anything like that, but based off, I would still, even with that low roll, given your history and everything like that, you're pretty certain that it's probably meant to be magical. Whether it's working or not, you don't know that, but it's probably meant to be magical in its purpose.
Okay.
Question, Dungeon Master. At the end of last session, Ulrich had a detect magic spell up, so I don't know if there's maybe a few minutes left on that he can still use.
Where did you cast it?
It was in the room. He had cast it on the treasure chest and picked up on the magical aura from the scrolls.
Let me look at my map here. And that lasts how many minutes?
10?
Okay. Yeah, it probably is still up.
Okay. Then when he has a chance, he's just scanning for anything he feels.
Okay. All right. I'll let you know if anything pings.
Okay.
Tasso, can you see your token yet?
No, still not. Should I maybe get out of Roll20 and try to come back in?
No. No, I don't think it's on you.
Okay.
Okay. Well, anyways, while I work on that, what else is everyone else doing?
I'm gonna whisper to the party. If we plan on being silent and stealthy, I have something to help everybody with that. Just let me know.
Planning to be silent or stealthy, I'd best hang back.
Avenger's like, I have a torch. How stealthy are we going to be? Are we going to turn out the lights? I can't see down here. It's too dark.
That's right.
Stealth isn't my strong suit, laddie.
Right, but I can help with that. I know ways of masking our passing. Out of
Whatever
game.
you can do then, laddie.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
Which essentially gives everybody that I choose within a certain area plus 10 on any stealth checks. It lasts for an hour.
Okay.
So anytime we're making a stealth or doing anything, you're going to add 10 to your roll.
Nice.
We have to stay within 30 feet of you, right?
No, it's just when I cast it, whoever's within 30 feet I choose, and then from there then on you just have it on you.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
Awesome.
Avenger's going to say, that is handy.
Yeah, so essentially you see me, so Tasso pulls a little bit of ash out of his pocket and smears a little on his hands and blows a little into the air, and you almost feel as if the shadows are kind of covering everybody just a little bit more than they were in the past.
This feels really nice.
And I knew you'd like it.
Okay.
This room that we're hearing the large shuffling around in, is that in the same direction as the chanting, or is this a different hallway?
It's a different hallway. So this is to the north west, and the chanting's coming from somewhere down south.
Okay. Well, Avenger's going to ask, can you tell what's in there? Does it... Yeah. Sorry.
You can ask him, but he might be a little distracted as he sees this.
Oh, is he seeing it? Okay.
Come running up at him.
Oh.
What is it?
And I'm going to need you all to roll an initiative.
Okay.
Ah!
Oh wow. Yeah, no singing spiders, please.
I
Oh, shoot, where is my character sheet?
feel like Evander might have a better chance with singing spiders than some other kind.
So I rolled a 15, but it's not putting me in the turn order. I'm wondering if it's because I don't have a token out, or I'm not attached to a token right now.
Well, your character sheet is attached to this token out here, so I've done it twice. Oh my gosh.
Oh wait, hold on. So I can click on a. I clicked on a random empty square, and it puts the box around it. Hold on, let me see if I can do this.
Whoops.
Yep.
Is this the power of your pass without a trace?
Now I see
Yes,
you.
I
move-
can't
You're
even
so
see myself.
stealthy that
So
the
good.
system can't even use it.
So I'm able to click on a square, and it puts the box around it as if it was my icon, but nothing is there. Doesn't it's like it's
See,
empty.
and I saw you just change your wild shape.
Yeah, me
it's
too.
not
I just
letting
saw
me.
that.
So I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of Roll20 and come back in.
Okay. All right. Did everyone else roll their initiative? Because I don't see you in the turn order.
I
Yes.
rolled 4.
I rolled, but I got a message saying it wasn't sent to the turn tracker
That's the
because
same
no
message I got too.
token was selected.
Oh, do I have to?
Yeah, you should have to.
I actually
Okay.
I do see everybody's rolls on mine.
Really?
Yeah.
What's happening?
I only see yours and mine. Right, that's it. And a ghoul.
Well, I might only be able to see it because Doreen gave me.
Oh, there we go.
Okay,
There's
there's
there we go.
Connor.
Yeah, turn order.
Should I just roll again, or?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I really like this 15 I got. Well, I guess it's a 19. That's
You can change it too if you click on it in the turn order.
okay. Okay, my original roll was a 15. If that stands, Dungeon Master.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
Okay.
I mean, it's a technical issue. It's not an issue with you trying to fudge numbers. Well, 25 might be a bit much.
Oh,
Ulrich.
whoa! No, I'm sorry. That was the
Um,
wrong thing.
All
Well,
right,
since you
so
gave me an inch, I thought,
I still cannot see it, but I can kind of keep track of where I'm at on the map. So, well, actually, I don't even see anybody else though on my view.
What is wrong with your token?
You were too powerful, Jeremiah. Too
That's
powerful.
right.
Your stealth is like overpowering.
You know what I might do? I might just throw this one. I'll keep it out here in case you did want to change your wild shape, but I might
Yeah,
pull it from your actual sheet.
that's fine. We'll
so
we'll
that
deal
you
with that
can
for
see
today.
it. Why do I keep going to Evandor for everything? I keep pulling up your sheet.
He is pretty epic.
It's the bright colors.
He's, he's flashy, so.
All
Well,
right.
not
And do you
bling.
see that one then? Probably. The one I just pulled out for you?
No, I don't know what the issue is. I see you moved my character, but I see
there's
the
2
outline
of them.
moving. Not
Oh,
my
now
actual
I see
token.
2 of them there.
This is so strange. God. All right. Well, if that's not going to work, I might as well get rid of that one. Okay. But you can see that he moves the character?
So I see so like when you select a character and it puts the box around the token, all I see is the box.
Very weird. We'll have to look at that maybe during the break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just moved you back there.
So, do you want to try removing this token that's out there and just take one off my character sheet?
I did, and you said you still couldn't see that one.
Okay.
Try it again.
Yeah, there's a
'Cause
new
it
one there.
looks- The settings are the complete same for everyone else's token. Except your token is the one that has the wild shape stuff.
Yeah.
I know we'll talk about that later. There's something else I want you to look at. But for now, we'll make do.
Yep. I'll
So,
watch the stream.
Galen, you see this kind of like large humanoid creature. It's completely naked, and just the skin is this sickly gray color, and the eyes are like this white blue. They almost kind of glow a little bit, and its mouth just kind of fans open, and it's just dripping with saliva, and it's headed your way.
This was coming up the stairs?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we're going to, because obviously you've seen it coming. It's not like it has a
absolutely.
surprise on you. So right now we'll just start with you, with your response. Even though I know it's not technically in turn order, I feel it makes sense for you to at least have some type of reaction to seeing this, and then we can go into order.
Okay.
There, that's better. Okay, so whatever you'd like to do at this moment, you have 6 seconds.
Go. Make them go.
I am just going to raise up my shield, and I'm just going to try to initially just slash at it to see if there's any form or anything like that I would actually be able to hit. I'm to assume that when I'm seeing this, it's relatively transparent.
No.
Can I see through it? No. Oh, it's actually okay.
Nope. See through it. It's still out of reach if you want to try to touch it or anything like that, but it's coming up on you.
Okay, then I'm going to charge towards it then.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So you guys see Galen just kind of take off around this corner. And you can feel free to move your token. That's fine.
Okay.
Connor.
It's to the left of me, right? That's on here that I'm going in here? Gotcha, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's it. Connor, what would you like to do? Assuming maybe you picked up on the fact that he's moved away?
Yeah, so I saw the party member that I trust the most rushing off. I'm going to move and try to back him up.
Okay.
And I see this corpse-like thing.
Sorry. First, Zach, what were you going to say?
Do I see this corpse-like thing now?
Yes, you would have view of it. And Evander, what were you saying?
Oh, I didn't say anything. I think Scott was going to say something.
Oh,
Galen.
okay.
I was just going to say, am I supposed to be seeing something? Or was I supposed to go all the way down if I'm charging?
You should. Hold on, let me at least try to make this thing more visible.
Okay.
There
that
we
works.
go.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, so now you are within melee range, Galen, but it is Connor's turn.
Sure, yeah.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to try to hit it with a chill touch cantrip.
Hold on. Okay. Oh yeah, that will definitely hit.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Okay. So you see, can you describe what this this spell looks like?
Sure. So Honored removes his bone rod from his satchel again, and as usual, waves it around while muttering something. And then a spectral kind of skeletal hand appears behind this corpse-like figure and reaches down as if it's snatching something away from it. And as it does, well, I'll let you describe whether any damage is done.
Well, damage is definitely done, and you kind of see for a moment where it kind of touches, where the gray skin, which already looks sickly and unhealthy, it turns black for a moment. and that black spot just kind of stays.
All right.
That's my turn.
And if this was undead because it was chill touch, it gets disadvantage against you next turn, right? Or next attack.
No, chill touch means that it can't recover hit points until the next turn.
Ah, nice.
And is its movement reduced to 10?
Is that what you're looking up, Zach? About the movement?
Sorry, what? Sorry. I'm pretty sure it's just the hit point thing.
Okay.
Let me go grab my handbook. I think my turn's done if you guys want to go on without me.
Yeah, it is done. Evander, you're up.
Okay. Well, Evander, I guess, sees this strange ghoulish figure, and that.
So that's basically what you're seeing.
Oh,
Okay.
that is something that Evander has probably not had much experience fighting, so he's pretty freaked out by this thing. But he sees the dwarves kind of charging and attacking it, so Evander is going to use his, I think this is my last bardic inspiration. He's going to use his Mantle of Inspiration here, which I'm going to click there. It's a bonus thing. Basically, I give 5 temporary hit points to everybody who I choose around us. And because I said I had a song ready, as I do this, quietly so as not to disturb the people chanting in the other room, Evander's going to sing, "We are the champions, my friends. We'll keep on fighting till the end," to inspire his team.
Well, I'm inspired.
And hopefully they don't just look at him funny because he's singing a Queen song.
And it was 5 temporary hit points, you said?
Yeah, 5 temporary hit points. To say it in the thing there. And also, when you gain these hit points, you can immediately use your reaction up to your movement speed without provoking opportunity attacks if you want to.
Freddie Mercury always inspires me. So I feel really inspired right
Who
now.
wouldn't be inspired by
So
Freddie Mercury?
You get to choose people, the amount of people equal to your charisma modifier. So who are you selecting?
Oh, is it, okay. Up to my. Okay, so it's only 3 people. Then it'd have to be Galen, Connard, and I guess Evander, since not Evander. That's me, Tasso. So I guess it'd be the 2 dwarves and the shapeshifter.
You don't want to. Well, are you able to? You're not usually able to inspire yourself.
I don't think he chose himself.
Choose a number of creatures you can see who can see you. I don't think I can do it for myself. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense then. Okay. Anything else for Evander's turn? You still do have movement. I know these are tight quarters, but as long as you're moving between allies, the general consensus is that they're going to give way to you and let you move back or in front, wherever you're going.
Well,
so
after seeing Galen go up, I guess I will try to move forward and attack with my rapier. Just a basic rapier attack here. See if I can hit it. Let's see here. So with this one,
Ooh.
which looks like a pretty good
Very
shot.
nice.
I need to fix this though. And if that does here, there's my damage, my gigantic damage there.
it could be worse. It could be none. It could have been a miss. But you just see a little. You nicked him a little bit, but that's all right.
Okay.
So you can still also move. So you can break up your movement if you want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd like to go up, try to poke him, and then retreat back behind my friends.
Okay.
Yeah, try to get. Whoops, sorry, Connor. Me being able to move you. Yeah, sorry. I didn't know I could turn him. Okay, sorry. I just turned Connor on his side somehow. I don't know how I even did that.
Wake up,
Connor's
Connor.
He's like restfully sleeping there now.
Yeah, there's a box.
Secret dwarven fighting style.
Oh my gosh. Roll 20 is lagging for me. But Ulrich, you are up.
Okay, it's not. Do Tasso and I have the same
There we
initiative?
go. Fix you there.
Well, this is where the turn order is, so that's what
Yeah,
where
go
I'm
for
going to
it.
leave it as.
Okay, so Ulrich hears all of this going on. He wants to just hide. So I don't know if you want me to roll for that. I just want to stay back and see how this is going to play out and basically hold my action. If something comes to me, will defend myself, but otherwise want to hide.
Okay, where are you going to try to hide? You're going to stay where you are?
I think I'm going to move up. Is this really Tasso in front of me, or is that just some...
No, that's really Tasso.
Okay. I'm going to move, I guess, right behind Tasso, since I can't really go anywhere else, and just try and hide right there.
Okay, I mean, you can... Hide is such a... It's a word that makes me uneasy when I hear that as a DM, because you still will need something to hide behind. You can't just hide up against the wall like you're Kronk. So you can... Like,
Unless you sing your own theme music.
Yeah.
Well, I figured because I was...
behind this corner, you know,
Yes,
if you want
yes.
to stay where you are, that's fine.
Yes. Yeah, no, I'm not out
Okay.
in the open. I don't even want to go see it. I'm going to let them do what they're going to do. I'm going to be behind the corner in the shadows.
Okay, got it. All right, so, and you're holding your movement in case you get attacked. You will.
My action, I will
Right.
defend
Right.
myself. Yes.
But what you still need to claim what action you're going to be holding.
I'll be casting a spell. Do you mean to?
Okay.
Do I need to specify what it is?
No.
Okay.
That's good enough.
I have my
Tasso?
secrets.
Okay. Tasso, you are up.
Is there even room for me to get up in that space? Like, I'm just kind of looking to see if there's a way for me to get in there.
Yeah, you
We're
can.
like 4-foot dwarves. You can probably just reach over the top.
Reach
of
over,
it.
poke her with a stick.
We wouldn't even notice.
I should get some proficiency in a spear or pole arm, so I have that 10-foot reach. Okay, so
Yeah, you can definitely make your way up there. You probably couldn't like stand shoulder to shoulder to someone for too long. But if you wanted to do what Evander did, kind of come up there, poke, come back, or try to get behind it, whatever you want to do, but you can still move between your allies.
okay. So would there be space for me to run up, attack, and then use the bonus action that I was afforded through Mantle of Inspiration to disengage and take my movement speed, or was that immediately upon it being cast?
It says when you gain the temporary hit points, so I guess if you gain them on this turn, you probably could do that.
Use reaction, move up to speed. Yeah, without provoking an opportunity attack.
So if you'll allow that, I'll run up a little bit, thwack him with a quarterstaff, and then run away.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
All right, so I'll go ahead and do that. And
I'll move your token, I guess.
yeah, appreciate it.
Oh, you're doing it? Okay, you got him. Okay, yeah.
All right, so I'll go ahead and roll to attack. Not sure if that
You
hits.
moving tokens is going to help me out too. So.
Well, yeah, if you want me to move tokens so you don't have to worry about
especially
some
in this
people, I
situation.
can.
Yeah.
That's an 11 to hit.
That, unfortunately, just misses. He kind of like ducks under a little bit, and yeah, it just goes right over his head.
All right, so then I will use the action or the reaction that I got from that spell to move myself back down out of the way for everybody else.
Okay.
So I'm not shoulder to shoulder.
All right, Evander, you can do that.
Yep, sure thing.
Actually, this is... Hold on. You know what? Give me a moment. I need to pull up...
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you, excuse me. Hold on. People on the stream, do you prefer seeing that weird ghoulish creature on the screen? Because that was showing when you brought up what we were looking at.
That tongue.
I know that
Right.
tongue.
Yeah.
I can pull that back
Okay.
With a 24 initiative, come
up.
on.
The ghast, yeah.
Whew.
Now I think, again, it's because we're all still getting used to roll 20, but I'm gonna leave it as is. So I don't know if any of you guys have picked up on it. That token doesn't look like the picture I showed you, but we're gonna leave it as the gas. Well, no, it won't. We'll.
I thought
Oh,
it was
so it's not a
tongue
ghast?
rolled up.
It's even worse. No, it's just as bad, to be honest.
Of course it is.
Yeah, because I had it written down correctly, but for some reason when I clicked on, there's no picture on here for me to show you this one.
Well, I do see on the turn order it's a ghoul, and what you showed us was a ghast. So,
Yeah.
you know, they're cousins. They're close.
Yeah.
It's like orcs and goblins. They're similar.
Well, you at least now know you will be running into some gas and down here somewhere.
A ghastly ghoul. That's right, Taco Play. A ghastly ghoul.
Yep.
And I'm going to use the ghoul stat just because the gas has different stuff, and I don't want them mechanically to get confused, even though the picture is different.
Yeah.
But all of your hits and misses, those were still correct. Your damage, that I'm going to add a little bit extra. Okay, so he's still not bloodied. But yeah, it's hard to tell. He could be seeing better days, but it is what it is. And why is this 24? Anywho, so Galen, you're right there in front of him.
Mhm.
So guess who he's gonna try to attack?
Sure.
And he's just gonna try to swing at you with his claws here. And oh, I think I hit it twice. So that first attack will not hit. He only gets one attack.
Okay.
Double check. Yeah, I just clicked it twice because roll 20 is really, really slow. Yeah, I know, Connor. I'm going to do that. I was more concerned how it changed from 24 to 24 from 12. But so that unfortunately will miss you. Maybe it's because you're only 4 feet. And
Absolutely.
I was there just long enough to distract it.
yeah.
What is
so
the
Hands off
line?
my shield.
What is the line? I would strike you if you were but a few feet more off the ground, dwarf. Something like that.
Yeah. If your head stood a few feet.
Yeah.
Okay, Connor, you are up.
All right, I'm gonna hit it with another chill touch. Try to.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, that will definitely hit. So now, for sure, it's bloodied.
Nice. There we go.
Okay, so Evander, you're up.
Let me. Evander didn't think his poking him with his little rapier did much, so he is actually going to try to. He doesn't know if this is going to do any better, but he's going to try to use vicious mockery on a strange ghoul. And he also can do it from a little further away. He doesn't have to quite get so close to this nasty little thing. And he's going to say to this thing, I'm sorry?
Does it have to be someone that can be in your sight or your hearing and understand your language?
At a creature I can see. So I guess I'll step around, stand right next to Connard to see and insult this thing.
What does Evander say?
And Evander hisses at this thing and says, "You are the drooliest, most ugly, screechiest little ghoul I've ever seen. And then he's going to run back away after he does it.
And then run.
Run away.
Shockingly, even though you running away isn't that intimidating, it
Yeah.
actually results do strangely hit. And you kind of see him go, what? What was your damage on that?
It's 2 plus 2, I guess. So 4 damage.
Oh, wait, hold on, let me see.
Oh, whatever. However your resistance.
Yeah, that's going to be a hit.
Okay.
So it just lets out this this kind of wet, sickening growl after being so deeply insulted.
Thoroughly insulted.
Absolutely.
Nobody has dared to insult him in years, so.
As he says that, I like to like turn back to Evander and just go, laddie, not your best effort.
Evander's like, I know, I'll work on it.
All right, Ulrich, or what are you doing?
Ulrich is hearing all this, pressed against the wall as much as he can. And I forgot to ask last turn if my detect magic is still up. Am I feeling these spells going off, and am I feeling the ghoul at all?
You wouldn't really feel the ghoul per se,
Okay.
but you would have obviously noticed Connard's spells.
Yeah, and
Maybe the direction where those were at, but
okay.
there's nothing coming off of the ghoul itself.
Okay. So, and I'm able to tell that he's casting some kind of necromantic magic.
Yeah, because it tells you what school it is, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And Chill Touch is necromancy.
It is.
Oh, yes. So Ulrich is pressed up against the wall, and when he sees Tasso right there, he's hearing this battle. He's like, what is it? What's going on?
I look at him, I go, big, mean thing.
I take a few steps back from him, deeper into the shadows, and that is my turn.
Okay. All right, I'm just checking where your token is. Okay. Then Tasso, you're up.
So I think what I'd like to do is, take some dust, rubble. Is there rubble on the ground or anything, like a little handful of stones or anything?
Yeah, you could probably find some small like dust and some maybe little tiny pebbles from the stone walls.
So I'd like to use the assist action here and basically just kind of poke around the wall and see if I can, throw some of that into the ghoul's eyes or whatever to attempt to assist whoever's in front with their next attack on, getting them advantage.
Okay.
You need me to make like an attack roll to see if I actually connect, or?
I honestly, I'm leaning more towards like just a straight dex check. Just to see if you can even toss it where you are wanting to toss it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that will definitely hit the ghoul's eyes. And so I'm gonna say then Galen, or whoever, probably gonna be you, Galen. Unless maybe you die in this.
Unless you're dead.
But whoever will take their next attack against this ghoul will have advantage. Okay. But it is the ghoul's turn. So he's gonna go ahead. And again, because Galen, you're right here.
Mm-hmm.
Claws didn't work, so he's gonna try to bite. And that definitely will not hit you either, will it?
The power of being under 5 feet.
He's never had to attack a dwarf before.
Yeah. But he's actually, and it probably makes sense that he missed considering
It's got rocks in his eyes.
Rocks in his eyes, yeah. But he's gonna try to like back away. He's not liking his odds right now. So because he is moving out of your area, Galen, you will get an attack of opportunity against him if you want to go ahead and take that.
Yep, absolutely.
Yes.
Did my camera just freeze? What's happening here?
Ooh.
There you go. He didn't even need the advantage.
Mm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice,
Roll
good
that
hit.
damn.
Phew.
Okay.
There we go.
And maybe it's because now you have a little bit of the higher ground, but you cleave that axe directly into its neck, and it
Oh.
almost lops over to one side.
Nice.
Nice.
I look at him. I just go, "You underestimate my power, laddie."
Yeah, so he is dead.
Yeah.
So we are now out of initiative.
Nice.
Evander says, it's much nicer when you're lopping heads off of ghouls than lopping arms off of little girls. Galen.
Fair enough, laddie. Fair enough.
I guess you got practice on her.
Work on your insults, laddie.
I'm better at insulting my friends. What can I say?
All right.
Okay,
So
that
this
makes it
entire
smart.
time, the chanting has not stopped, has not wavered.
I immediately want to check to see if the skittering's closer, if I still hear it.
Okay. You won't even need to make a perception check. I'll let you know it's not any closer than where it was before.
Okay.
But Connor, as you're kind of coming into this room here, let me tell you what you see. Da-da. If I find the right paper. So it kind of opens up into this really filthy room, and it looks, it almost gives you the feeling of like these were obviously some quarters where people stayed. There's a rickety kind of wooden table with uneven legs at the end here where you're kind of coming down, and then it opens up further into more like a larger room. But at this vantage point, that's all that you're able to see.
Conrad's actually really only interested in the whatever we just fought. I mean, he doesn't know it's necessarily a ghoul yet. He's going to try to inspect it, see if he can determine what type of undead it was, whether it was raised by somebody or arose naturally, just really any information you can get from it.
Okay. Give me a history check, and I'll give you advantage on this.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
Okay. So it is evident that this is a ghoul. You do know that these roam in packs, and they eat human flesh, humanoid flesh. Also, you know that they can trace their origins to the abyss.
I'll warn everybody else, or at least Galen, since he's the only one
Yep.
next to me. Beware, these beasts tend to travel in packs.
I'd like to just turn around and pass that information down. Just to be wary for those who are behind us.
Okay. Evander will take a step forward to just take a peek at the thing and then be like, ugh, yuck, and then go tell Tasso what they just told him.
Pretty gross looking.
Yeah.
I look back at Ulrich and I go, nasty thing is dead.
Okay.
What would you guys like to do now?
If the group is kind of gathering in the space where this ghoul was, Ulrich is going to try and make his way up and just take a look at it and see if its appearance jogs any sort of memory of anything he studied before. But I guess probably he wouldn't know much more than what Connor learned, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you might even know less than what Connor knows.
Okay. And then given its sort of magical origin, does this sort of trigger something kind of instinctual for Ulrich being in its presence?
Like what would you imagine it would trigger?
Being that its origin is the abyss and Ulrich's connection with that enough, it may would just might feel some lingering knowledge or connection on some intuitive level, but not really understanding what it is, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm gonna just based off of what I'm reading here, I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Not really.
Okay.
No.
It's just like, cool.
Dude.
What did he say?
He said cool?
I know you didn't say that.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. What else is everyone else doing?
Evander would actually like to move a little bit towards where he's hearing the chanting coming from to try to hear it better. Did you say it was down south that he heard it coming from?
Yeah. So it's down the other end of that hallway where you are now.
Evander actually wants to just move a little bit further just to get a better sense of that chanting, because he's still trying to zero in on trying to almost imitate it, to try to understand it, if that makes sense.
Okay. It still isn't close enough for you to glean anything extra.
Okay.
By now you might be picking up on the cadence and even practice with the pronunciation of the chanting itself.
Okay.
But it still doesn't. There's really nothing more than that.
I still don't know what it is or why it's there, but I'm just trying to understand it. So, gotcha.
I would like to turn to Connor if I'm right next to him and just go, lad, you said they travel in packs. Is that correct?
My understanding.
If they're traveling in packs, lad, then we need to watch our back. This seems to be a darker place than above. We might be cornered, if you understand what I'm saying, lad.
Agreed, brother.
I'm going to, because of Evander, I'm going to walk up to make sure I'm back with Evander and just say, Connor, lad, let's go back up. It's best to stay close together.
I can't actually see the rest of this room. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to. Are there any other exits or anything? Yeah.
Oh, you're muted, Doreen.
All right. So you don't see anything else.
Okay. I will. Yeah, I'll come back and with the rest of the group.
All right. What else is everyone doing?
So the skittering is coming from the south. The chanting is coming from the east.
No, the chanting's also coming from the south.
Okay. Do we hear anything from the east down that other corridor?
No, it's actually very silent.
Okay. I think I would like to stealth, so as quietly as possible, kind of move toward that hallway just to see if I can see anything or hear anything to the east.
Okay, so the one, I know you can't see your token, but
Yeah.
the one like here?
Yes, yeah, in that direction.
Okay, so I won't pull you all the way in. I'll just let you
Yeah,
know what
that's
you're
fine.
seeing. So you can tell that these are actually crypts. And they've been hewn from the earth. In this particular room, you see that the crypt doors are, like the stone slabs are kind of opened and propped against the wall. And there's currently nothing in these ones. But the dirt is still kind of pristine in here. So this one seems to be an empty crypt.
Do I see any like recent footprints, anything that would look like it's been recently disturbed or in and out?
No, you don't see anything else other than what your own party members have have stamped down in the dirt floor.
Okay.
Ulrich wants to kind of peek in behind Tasso and just see if there's any kind of writing anywhere in this room. Or any kind of pictures.
Okay, I see what you're saying. No, there's no writing in here.
Okay.
Not yet, because it's an empty crypt.
Conrad would like to try to inspect the internment sites and see if he can tell how many might have been occupied before they were emptied.
So it's not that they've been emptied; they just haven't been filled yet. But this is a set for 2 people, for 2 bodies.
Oh, that's all. Okay. Conrad scoffs and says, "Ha, there's probably only one more."
All right. I'd probably start heading south then to see if I can kind of just quietly make my way down the hall, see if the skittering is getting louder, if there's any noticeable change. Like, what I'm concerned about is that anything's been alerted to the fight we just had.
Okay. And of course, the little dog will follow you.
He's in my backpack, isn't he?
What was he doing during the fight? Just hanging out in the backpack?
He's in my backpack. Him and I are buddies.
You have a little token for him. That's great.
As Tasso walks by Ulrich, he looks at him and says, maybe that dog shouldn't be here. What if he starts barking and gives us away? Or what if he gets hurt?
You leave Scruffles alone. He is fine.
Scruffles. Okay, so as you're making your way through here,
His name Prince Charming.
Right. What? I've got a name.
You see that it opens up into 2 more crypts. Now these have the doors shut, but from behind one of them, you do hear this large, like this loud. Oh, I mean not loud, but you can hear you're picking up on the scratching and the skittering behind one of them.
Behind one of what? I'm sorry.
One of the crypt doors.
Oh. So I quietly kind of motion to whomever's behind me that I'm hearing something inside of, I point to that crypt.
Yeah, Avender's right there because he was still following the sound of the chanting, so he will see your message and kind of look towards this door. Can you see what kind of door is between us? Is it like a big stone door, a metal door, a wooden door? What kind?
So it's literally like a big stone slab.
Okay.
And all of them are sealed shut, and they're kind of grimy, and there's a lot of dust and dirt kind of caked on it. And you can tell that looks like there's some engraving on the doors itself, but at this point you can't really read it because it's just so gross and grimy.
Lavender would like to actually see if he can dust off or clean it off and see if it's in a language that he can read.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is in common. Which one are you going to go to?
The one that I hear the scratching behind, I guess, is the one I'd want to see what's in there first.
So if it would be allowed, I would try to grab his hand or stop him from touching that if I have the opportunity to do so. Like if I see him reaching for it, I would try to stop it.
All right, I'll bring you in here technically. So yeah, you can try to reach out and stop him. Evander, what would be your reaction to that?
Well, I guess if I see him, I'd be like, "What? What's wrong?"
Bad things are in there. Don't touch that.
And Evander's like,
what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to see if I can figure out if this is a grave, if it's a tomb, if this leads somewhere into the house. I mean, if there's writing, it'll tell us something.
Make me a quick perception check, Evander.
Okay. Perception.
I don't know if Druidcraft would be strong enough, but if it is, I'd like to use Druidcraft to maybe cause a little gust of wind to try to blow some of the dirt off, if that would work.
Yeah, that would probably work. Because right now, Evander can't read shit. So.
Yeah. Evander is completely blind or clueless.
You're just really into this chanting. You
I
know,
am.
It's kind of distracting. But yeah, you can do a little druidcraft, a little puff, and you can see a little bit of the dust and the dirt kind of falls off, and it reads on the stone slab. It's etched with the name Elizabeth Durst.
Elizabeth Durst, okay.
And that's the one where you're hearing the scritching and the scratching, a tiny little bug clawed.
Well, Evander wants to actually turn to Tasso and say, the name on this slab, I think it's one of the ancestors of Rose and Thorns, the same last name. It says Elizabeth Durst.
Does anybody else follow us up to this point, or no?
I'm hanging back, and when I hear them say this, Ulrich says, "Was that the name of their mother?"
I don't know.
Evander's trying to rack his memory to see if they ever said their mom's name.
Pretty sure
They
Lavinia.
What were you going to say, Zach?
I'm pretty sure Lavinia mentioned it, but I didn't write it down.
The only information I have is that she just told us that the owners are the Dursts.
Yeah.
Unless any of the information that was written on the deed had that information, specifically what his name is. At least what his name is. I don't know if it does for any of his ancestors or a wife or anything like that.
So you guys should still have the deed.
Yeah, I'm going to pull those up here. Deed to the windmill, yeah.
Yeah, so there's no, it doesn't look like there's any first names, just the Dursts.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, judging by the number of internment sites that are in this crypt, it would seem to only have been constructed for the currently present family. I think it stands to reason that this probably is the mother, because we know the children's names, and it's not one of them.
Lavender
So
does
is
kind of... Sorry.
Connor, where you put your token, is that really where he is moving around?
Yeah.
Okay. Then make me a perception check.
Discord is going funky.
Okay. So this one, the dirt isn't as packed as much on the etching, so you're able to see the name of this one again. Durst pops out at you, but the stone slab also says Gustav Durst.
Gustav.
And this one, again, the stab is pretty much put mostly against the wall, but there's a little bit of a crack, and you can kind of see that beyond that lies a coffin upon like a stone platform.
Can I tell if the coffin is sealed or not?
It's shut. It doesn't look like, and again, there's been no footprints or anything like that you've noticed, but it is shut.
Is it I like pull the coffin out from where it's set into the space that I'm standing in?
You want to pull the coffin out?
Yes.
You would first have to move that big stone slab.
The slab
you
is
could just
blocking the
kind of,
coffin.
right. So the way it is, it has these entranceways, and they lead into these small little rooms. And this slab just happens to be a little bit off centered, and that's how you're able to peek through into this coffin.
Okay.
But it's still mostly covering this entrance. You would first have to move that.
I'm going to look around and try to see if there's any evidence that the slab might move. there's scratches on the floor or the ceiling or like a hinge or anything.
Yeah, you can see that there's kind of like a deep, maybe not really deep, but a little section where the stone slab kind of just nestles in, and if you kind of move it over, it will give you access. But it's still going to take some strength to do that.
I'll attempt to move it. Well, no,
Okay.
that'll probably make a lot of noise. I'm not going to do it.
Okay. What is everyone else doing during this time? What is Ulrich doing?
He was peeking around the corner watching Connor do this, and he says, "What are you looking at?"
There seems to be a casket for Gustav Durst. It's the slab blocking it is cracked, but the coffin appears to be sealed. I don't think this is one of our potential ghouls running around.
Who
Lavender
even made these ghouls?
Lavender actually wants to say, do you all hear this scratching? Do you think it's another ghoul that's where this Elizabeth Durst was?
So we can hear loud scratching while we're in this little hallway.
Especially if you guys are like in that little section,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty noticeable, and it sounds like numerous. There's
like a number of scratches, and the chanting is not coming from that same room.
No, it's coming from even like further south, and I would say now that you guys have kind of moved down this hallway a little bit, it almost even sounds like it's coming from deeper within the basement.
Almost like from below us somehow.
Yeah.
Would Connor know whether ghouls arise naturally or whether they have to be raised by a necromancer or something else?
What was your last roll for them? Was it a 17? When you were checking on the ghoul?
Let's see.
Yeah, if you can, Ulrich also wants to think about this, like what magically is required for the raising of a ghoul.
My check was a 22.
Oh, way better than 17. Okay, hold on. Let me look something up. And while I do that, what is Galen doing?
Let me ask a question here. I just need to know if my divine sense expends a spell slot or not. It says it's a class ability.
Then I don't think it does. Did you? Let me read this real quick. Sorry, my contacts.
I think that counts as one of your channel divinities, right? I don't remember how paladins work.
Yeah, paladins. The bane of my existence. They're almost worse than rogues.
I thought those were rogues.
Yeah.
I hate rogues. Like, I hate them so much.
I'm multi-classing rogue.
Rogue and paladin. Her two least favorite.
It says you can use this feature a number of times equal to 1 plus your charisma modifier. It just says it's an action. I don't think that it's one of your class things that you can do.
Okay.
So I don't.
Then I would actually like to just take a knee and just try to do divine sense then.
Okay. So as you're focusing on that, I would say Connard would recognize that these ghouls would be brought about through like a demonic ritual. It's something that isn't naturally occurring. It needs to be brought about by people. Or some humanoids, entities, things of that nature.
I'll share with who's ever next to me that these creatures are brought forth by a master. I suspect we'll find that master somewhere down here.
All right, so for your divine sense, as an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces until the end of your next turn. And I know we're not in initiative order, so we'll leave it up for a little bit.
Okay.
Like, I kind of always, this is why I hate paladins, I kind of always envision them, you're always on the lookout for this type of stuff.
Sure, absolutely.
It's never something that, even if you're not actively using your divine sense, it's always kind of there in the background. That's how I always pictured it. But now, especially since you've encountered an undead,
Right.
you're now on high alert.
Absolutely.
I will say it definitely, you're getting quite a few things are popping on your radar here. So it's 60 feet. So you feel a very, very strong presence nearly ahead. And then you feel more.
They're really loud.
Yeah, I'm going to mute Zach for a second.
It's the ghouls.
So you feel one very, very close in front. You feel a couple back behind where you killed the other ghoul. And
okay.
You're feeling at least in total 5 entities within your area.
Within the 60-foot radius, is that it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So there's quite a
Without
number.
really like breaking this stance that I'm just taking, just to really kind of focus. I just want to, whoever's in front of me, I want to be able to, again, not raising too much awareness to obviously our surroundings or whoever is around us here. That's I'll just go. Poor Zach's being attacked by the ghoul. Someone should go and save him. I'd like to just say that, lads, there's some dark things around here, and they seem to be all around us.
Like what?
And when I mean
ghouls?
all around us.
Evander would like to actually move to Galen and ask, are they also where that chanting's coming from? Sorry, I'm going to move my guy over next to you here.
Gosh.
Without...
so it's in that same general vicinity you feel.
Okay.
Galen.
I just, without kind of like raising my head to him, I just go, Evander, lad, I can really tell you they're all around us. In front of us, to the side, behind us, and even where we came from. We're surrounded, lad. You must tread carefully.
Well, that just sucks, Evander says.
I would have moved back with the group as well during this. Not sure where my token's at.
This is so crazy. What are we going to do? Just fight all these things? Maybe we can go back upstairs and go through the door. Maybe we can make our way through the mist. I don't know. What you want to fight these?
I looked at Galen and I say, can you sense what's behind this slab where we hear the scratching?
Also, lad, there's something behind there. I can only tell you that, lad, that it's probably something that we don't want to mess with.
Are we worried about an ambush?
We definitely could be.
It's a great question. Evander, make a perception check for me.
Okay. Perception.
Okay, again, this chanting is just, you're so enthralled and you're so particular about wanting to make sure you get the pronunciation right on this chanting that you don't notice some movement ahead of you. Tasso, so you're kind of in the same line of sight here. If you want to make a, well, oh, Galen, you're there.
Is that a perception check?
Yeah, I'll give Galen and Tasso the chance. Okay, so you both, where you kind of see Evander over there.
Yeah, coming, kind of just leaning that way.
You're hearing some shuffling in the room ahead in this hallway.
I motion everybody without saying anything and kind of point just to try to grab people's attention.
Thank you.
I would immediately get up and grab Evander and pull him behind me.
Does Evander?
He doesn't
behind
really
him?
resist. He just kind of he's so focused on this chanting that he'll just be kind of pulled back and be like, What are you doing? What's wrong?"
Stop the chanting, laddie. Be vigilant. Something is coming.
Which direction is it coming from?
From the south.
From the south. Okay.
So I guess he pulled me up. I guess I'm kind of right on top of him here then.
And Connor, if you could also make a quick perception check for me as well. All right. So you see again, there's obviously 2 more crypts in this section where you are. And they have the Durst family name. And since you already kind of you have these names in your head already, you're able to easily pick out that it's etched on there is the name Rosavalda Durst on one of them. And then on the other is Thornbolt Durst.
Ooh,
Both of these have
that's Rose and Thorn.
Yeah, they're all both of those crypts though are shut. You can't peek through them. And at this point you can start to hear the dog kind of whimpering. He's feeling uneasy.
I try
Seeing
to.
her backing up, Ulrich's backing up too.
Okay. And you can kind of see suddenly this creature come into view here in the hallway, and upon seeing Evander, just lunges towards him.
Oh,
So everyone again will have to do initiative.
all right.
Oh,
Nice.
Just double checking these numbers are correct, right?
Yep,
Make
mine's
sure
right.
I'm updating. Did
Yeah,
Galen?
I have to change Ulrich.
Yeah, I'm all the way at the bottom 6.
Oh, okay. What's your dex, Ulrich?
My modifier is 0.
That's strange. Okay.
I'm very good at flailing.
All right. But Connor, you're up first. You don't see this creature, being that you're kind of tucked away in this little alcove here. But you would probably be hearing responses from your party mates, especially Evander here.
Yeah.
So you know something is out there. What would you like to do?
Oh, get it off, get it off.
and this looks like the creature we saw before.
Yes, it's the same creature. It's another ghoul.
Ulrich screaming, "Oh my God, it's another one!"
I am seeing a token right here. Is that not actually visible to me? In roll 20, I see it.
Well, because you might be able to see it as it's coming up on Evander, but it's not quite there yet. And
Okay.
especially if you're turning back, reading these signs, but you would have heard Evander's reaction. You already
Okay.
know that there's going to be other ghouls about, so I think it's fair to say that you would know that there's an enemy around this corner here.
Okay. Then already in action, if I see something attacking Evander, I'm going to cast Chill Hand on it.
Okay. All right. In that case, it's the ghoul's turn. He's just gonna reach out to Evander, and so when you ready in action, the creature still gets their full turn, and then your readied action takes place. Just so you know, Zach. He's gonna reach out and try to claw you.
Oof.
Am I allowed to use protection if he's within 5 feet?
Is it a reaction?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right.
I
What
can use my
exactly?
reaction to impose disadvantage.
Okay. Can you? Yeah. Thank you.
Sorry about
You
that.
can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet. You can use your reaction to impose. Okay. Yeah. I will say you can see what he rolled.
At this point, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know, right?
I didn't.
If you didn't want to do that now, I'll
Sure,
allow.
yeah.
But yes, when you see stuff like that, you can go ahead and take your reaction
Sure.
in that moment.
Okay.
So unfortunately, those claws do find purchase on Evander.
My leather armor does nothing against these claws.
So I will need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Constitution. There.
Okay, so you're fine. You're not going to be paralyzed for 1 minute, which is nice, but you will still take that 9 slashing damage.
Ouch.
Ooh.
And also, I am half elf. Would that protect me from paralyze anyway?
No, it helps you with sleep if someone tries to cast like a sleep spell on you.
Oh, okay, okay. So
But
that's
not for this.
9 damage. Okay.
Harm to you, but not for this.
Ah, it's cold and ouch.
Ouch.
It's cold and ouch.
Okay.
My hit points show up. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Connard, so you obviously would have seen that attack.
All right. Chill Touch incoming.
Okay, that.
And there it goes.
Yeah, I'm pretty
He
sure
was
that
there and gone.
hit. Let me pull up his info here. Yeah, so unfortunately, that's not going to be enough.
Okay. The hand swipes at this thing, but it misses.
Just misses. Okay, Ulrich.
Seeing this happen. Yes.
See this? Yeah, you're in line of sight of seeing all of this.
Okay, I'm watching this happen, and then Ulrich, being paranoid and high alert, is going to instantly turn around and just make sure if he doesn't hear or see anything coming from behind the group, and is going to try and send something.
All right, do a perception check for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right now you don't think you hear anything.
Okay, then just kind of keeping an eye on what's happening up front and just trying to really watch the back here.
Okay, all right.
And I guess hold an action. If something attacks me, I will attack it with a spell.
Okay, sounds good. So the next is Evander. What would you like to do?
Well, after being slashed by this thing, Evander kind of wants to stumble. He doesn't want to, but he probably would stumble back a bit. Is there? I'm reading Healing Word. Is that castable on yourself? Is that only? It says a creature of your choice that you can see. Does that include yourself or anything but yourself? Let me link it to see if anybody else knows this better. That's because I'd like to use it, but I don't know if I can use it on myself or not.
Isn't there
Healing word?
Yeah,
Oh, range?
You can cast it on yourself.
you can use it on
You
yourself?
should be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it says target a creature of your choice. I didn't know if that was excluding yourself or not.
No,
Okay.
you can cast
Well,
it on
no,
yourself.
yeah, as long as it says that. It's not
Okay.
like
Yeah, that
It
always
would
implies
specifically say another creature.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it would specify that.
Okay. Well, then Evander would like to immediately cast Healing Word on himself to try to recover some of this horrible necrotic attacking that he received. And it looks like I
Okay.
healed for 4. Is that how that works?
Yep.
Okay. Because I rolled a natural 1 again, which is awesome. So that gets me up to 19.
Win them all.
Okay. And I kind of stumbled back, and as far as movement goes, I don't want to move any further back because I see Ulrich panicking behind me. So I'll just kind of stay here, mending my wounds or licking my wounds, I guess.
Okay.
singing to them.
Singing to my wounds. Yeah. Heal, please. Don't hurt yourself.
All right, then Tasso, you are up.
Okay.
Well, actually, hold on. Evander, that's a bonus action. Your healing word.
Oh, casting a spell's a bonus?
That one
Well,
is.
this particular one is a
okay.
bonus action.
Well then, I don't want to stab this thing with my rapier. Then I guess the other thing Evander would, if that's a bonus, can I use Vicious Mockery, my cantrip, at this thing again?
Yeah, because
No.
it's a cantrip. Yes, you can.
Okay. Well, then sure, after this thing stabbed me, or slashed me, he's gonna try to do better with his Vicious Mockery this time. See, no, that's not any better.
That's not any better. But
You-
what was his?
You horrible, slobbery thing! You hit me! I can't believe you scratched me.
Okay.
That's
Does
about
that
an 8,
constitute as
yeah.
mockery, or is that just factual information?
It's not very successful. It's not very
It was just a
successful.
fact. It wasn't even a mockery.
All right, then Tasso, you're up.
All right. So let me see where everybody's at. Where
That's
am I in that group?
Sorry, I think I stumbled on top of you, so you're behind Evander.
Okay.
What's Prince Charming doing? Freaking out, barking?
Here, I'll move myself so you can...
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically he's still in Tasso's pack, but I just
Yeah.
wanted to have him out here so we didn't forget about him.
Oh, I wouldn't forget about him.
Is he
He-
kind of
That's my best
poking
friend.
out? Or is
No.
he like completely in
There
the
we go.
bag?
There he is.
I kind of envision him like mostly in, but like with the 2 paws on the shoulder and like him like
Yeah.
Like the dog peeking out the car window.
Like in
Yeah.
a wigwam? Is that what the thing is? Like the Native American for the babies when they kind
yeah, a little bit.
of.
I forgot to turn the music back on.
I don't have too many options here. So I am going to cast Ice Knife at this.
Okay.
I missed
You
completely.
hit someone.
I hit someone, probably not the right someone. Something else with this is that it also hit or miss, the shard explodes, and the target and each creature within 5 feet must make a dex save or take 2d6 cold damage.
Yikes.
Hmm.
Okay.
Let me help you.
Right, Connor, that was a cantrip though. All right, so you clearly will miss Tasso.
Yes.
But let me roll my dice. And what was the DC on it?
13.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's gonna be a fail.
Okay. So then
And no, that's fine. So what's the damage he takes? 5?
2d6, so I just rolled it out there.
Okay, sounds good.
And I don't know if Galen would need to take that as well, because it does say each creature within 5 feet.
And
Oh.
Evander sharing that space too, right?
Well, I kind of stumbled back.
Further back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's me.
Yeah, I think Galen, you would have to.
What do I have to do?
Dex save 13 or better.
Okay. I have disadvantage in all ability checks because I have 1 point of exhaustion.
That's true.
So this isn't going to go well.
I suppose the temporary hit points I gave in the previous encounter would not still be applied here.
But you gave it to us again, right? With that the mantle earlier in the first fight.
Well, I gave it in the first fight, but I don't know if that would carry over to this second fight since there was separation between the 2 fights. Since it's a different encounter.
Hold on. So, yeah, Galen, you would take that damage
Okay.
too.
I guess the question would be: do I still have the temporary hit points or no?
I think they last until the next long rest,
I
right?
think it's fine, whatever.
Okay. How much damage is it? Did I take?
5.
5.
The
So
5.
basically
Oh.
just 8 your temporary.
Yeah,
hit
it
points
ate
away.
your shield,
8.
basically.
Okay.
Okay, anything else for Tasso?
Not at this time, no.
All right, Galen, then you are up.
I guess I'm going to just hack at this thing. I am going
That's
to
a
take
great
the
idea.
old
Good idea.
battle axe. Oh, that's
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah, okay,
nice.
that'll
That's a
work.
good hit.
Yep, that will hit. Oh, nice. It just kind of, that battle axe must be lucky.
It is. I actually named it Lucky.
So you do get a nice good hit right in the chest, and the creature is officially bloodied.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Anything else for Galen?
No, I definitely want to be at the front here to make sure that I can impose any kind of disadvantage on anybody else.
You should say that was for hitting my friend Evander. That's what you should have said.
No, because Evandor's insults have grown to be worse.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, then Connor, what would you like to do?
I bet you can probably guess.
You're full of surprises. I just never know.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That will for sure hit.
There we go.
Okay. All right, and the ghoul is going to go ahead and try to take a bite out of the only thing within reach, which is you, Galen. Does 14 hit?
Nope.
Nice.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, you're so lucky. Okay, fine.
That's why he's in the front.
All right, that will end its turn. Ulrich?
Okay, just watching what's going on up front, and there's still nothing behind us. I'm trying to keep an eye out.
Yeah, there's still nothing coming up from behind.
Okay, Ulrich's just trying to watch the back and have a spell ready just in case.
All right. Then Evander, what would you like to do?
Well, after
Oh,
sorry.
Sorry, how high is the ceiling in this area?
I think they specify somewhere. Give me a moment. I think it's at least 10 feet, 7 feet, 7 to 10 feet. Hold on. Why are you asking?
In case I need to lob something over the group. Just keeping that in mind.
So, yeah, so it's 7 feet high, and if you actually take the time to look up, you will find that it's braced with timber, like these, the big logs. And like every 5 feet, you see the timber.
Okay.
Braces.
Good to know.
Okay. Then Evander?
Well, since his vicious mockery was so useless last time, he's going to actually take out one of his throwing daggers and yell to Galen, "Duck!" as he throws one right at this
Okay.
thing. Hope he has better luck than before.
That will hit.
Yay! Okay, let's see if it does any damage. 2, that's
All
what I
right,
do.
it does a little bit. It kind of like sticks in the neck a little bit,
Okay.
but the creature is still salivating and trying to come at you guys, even though it's looking pretty bad.
Well, that's going to
One
end. I'm not going to
question.
move anywhere. I'm just going to kind of keep watching this thing.
One
All right.
question. If you hover over his 2, it says rolling 0 plus 2.
Well, because
Is his
he,
macro not set up right?
yeah, you shouldn't be rolling 0 on your damage.
Oh yeah.
Because it seemed like, did I do that on my...
Well, if you have a negative modifier, if that's the case here.
Where's
Well, it would be his plus 2
For
though.
damage, that doesn't make sense. At least
Yeah.
for that first part.
Yeah, because I
We'll
rolled
look
a
at that.
2 plus
Oh,
2
yeah.
before, yeah.
I see.
I'll add at least one more extra damage point there.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to
Alright.
have to check where I rolled the other thing earlier, too. Yeah, because it did the
Okay.
same thing on my rapier damage, too. It says 0 plus 2.
Maybe check your character sheet and see what you've got there for your damage. It may be built wrong.
Okay.
All right. Tasso, you're up, though.
Shoot. All right. I am going to. Did you get the message I sent you, DM?
I did.
I don't know if that's considered gear or what that would be.
That would not be considered gear.
Right.
I would say just to make things easy, he would just kind of fall off
All right.
and fall next to you.
Okay. And the creature's bloodied, you said?
The creature is literally on its last legs. It's
Okay.
more than bloody.
All right. So I'm going to step forward, and if it's possible to occupy the same space as Galen, go ahead and swing to hit my quarterstaff.
Okay.
I put you on my shoulders.
That's right.
We can occupy the same space.
Okay. Unfortunately, you never have much luck with your quarterstaff.
I don't. That's why I'm thinking about going a different route here soon. So.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, that just isn't enough.
This poor dog is being jostled about while it's happening.
So like,
Yeah. I'm trying not to hurt him, so I'm not swinging.
And Ulrich's behind, like, like.
all right,
That's all.
Galen, you are up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and swing away.
That's a wise choice at this moment.
Yep, you're right, Jitterbug. My numbers were wrong, so I was rolling 0 dice for
Ooh.
my attacks.
Zero dice.
Yeah, unfortunately, maybe it's the fact that Tassel was on your shoulders for a little
Yeah.
bit there.
I didn't take in consideration the extra weight that I was carrying.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you do miss.
Okay.
Did you want to do any movement though? You're gonna stay where you are.
I'm too soon to be like half damage with Tasso on my shoulders, so I'm just gonna stay there.
Okay, Connor, what would you like to do?
I had to guess what I would do.
You gonna sing a song? No.
Man.
That'll get it done.
That chill touch,
That
man.
will-
Yeah.
That-
Yeah, eat
one
that
hit.
damage.
Damage.
It's you see that the finger creature, the hand come out, skeletal hand. It touches, and the creature falls dead.
It like pokes him and
Literally.
falls.
Tickled him to death.
Sometimes all it takes is a light touch.
It was the pinky that did it.
So philosophical.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay. So I'll just remove this thing out of the way here. What would you guys like to do going forward?
And so when Galen said that there's multiple, presences of evil, did we all hear him say that? I think I was near him when he was saying that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right
Yeah, I
next to
think
me.
you passed that along.
Ulrich's just
I don't know.
hands.
You tell. Well, I'll let him tell you.
Yeah,
I
in regards to all
passed
that,
it
I would have told. I told Evandor, as well as Tasso, and I told Evandor to tell the rest of the group.
Yeah. Evander did. He would have told them that. Yeah.
That we were
Okay.
surrounded by presences.
Many presences.
Many presences.
And now that it's quieted down from the battle, we still hear the skittering and the chanting.
Yeah. Nothing has, as far as those two things, they're almost like a constant.
And even with all the fighting, we don't notice any kind of stopping in the chanting or it being increased. It's just consistent.
It's consistent.
Okay.
Connor, I see you have your hand up. What would you like to do?
Connor wants probably being redundant, but he wants to make sure he's going to inspect this picture, make sure all the information matches what he learned earlier about the other creature, ghoul, and all that jazz.
Okay. Yeah, it all adds up.
Okay.
I won't make you roll for it, and you wouldn't be able to get any new information just seeing another body. But you feel that you got a good inkling on these creatures.
And the chanting is definitely human voices, or
It sounds like humanoid voices.
Okay.
Evander would like to go pick up his knife just to make sure he doesn't leave that behind.
Absolutely, definitely go pick up your knife.
And then he would actually like to peek his head into the room to see if he sees anything else or hears anything else skidding around where this thing came from.
Yeah, I would say even as you would go in to pick up your knife, you would already kind of get the layout of this room.
Mm-hmm.
So you see that there are long benches that flank this wooden table.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of pretty worse for where it's old, scratched up. There are bones all over this floor. And as you move deeper into this room, the chanting grows louder. It's ringing off of every all of the walls. And you see that there's 2 exits here. Hold on. Excuse me, 3. That kind of out. And again, the chanting is louder. It's almost closer, you feel like.
Okay.
But it's still seemingly coming from somewhere below you.
And so if I kind of move to each door, I can't tell that it's any louder at any one of these particular doors.
Let me double check. Oh, wait, I'm on this wrong map. So you hear it coming louder from the door on the entryway on the west.
On the west, this one here.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then Evander's actually going to kind of listen for just a second to make sure that that's what he's hearing, and he's going to go back and tell his companions. I think I know which.
Still make a perception check for me, please.
Oh, okay. All right. Listening for that. Perception has not been good for me so far.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely hear that the chanting is louder through that side of the room.
Okay. Then I will go back and say, I think I can hear where that chanting's coming from. Do we think that whoever's making this chanting is responsible for all these ghouls hanging around down here?
What language are they chanting in?
Evander feels like he should know since he's been listening and trying to mimic it, but I feel like he still hasn't been able to figure out the language since he doesn't recognize it, I assume.
You can mimic it, but you don't know the language.
Yeah. Evander actually wants to try to mimic the words that he's gotten so far to the group and see if it rings any bells to speak it clearly, what he's figured out so far.
Performance check.
Yeah, see if I can perform like I heard somebody speaking in French and they said, "Je t'aime Ramem." I don't know what it means, but
yeah, go ahead, do your performance check.
okay.
Woo!
See if I can perform this language here.
Hey.
Ooh.
I'm not perceptive, but I can perform.
And
Okay, Ulrich.
action.
You do a fairly good rendition of it. However, what languages does everybody speak?
Common and
Common.
Dwarvish, that's it.
Yeah, Dwarvish and Elvish for Evander.
Is this a darker language, perhaps?
I don't know.
Something that starts with an A?
Hey.
Let me see. Hold on. I'll come back to that. I have to find it where it's listed here. Honestly, I don't even know if it actually does. But while I look it up, what is everyone else doing with that information?
It kind of depends for Ulrich, but in general, he wants to maybe search his mind, and knowing now that there's a group that's chanting that there's ghouls, see if he can make some kind of connection from his studies and determine if this is a cult specific to a certain deity that is an undead.
All right. Everyone. Well, Ulrich actually, not everyone. Give me a history check.
History.
With advantage.
Okay. History with advantage, not Arcana.
No, not Arcana.
Okay. With advantage. Hey.
Oh,
We go.
nice.
Oh, nice.
Double jeopardy.
Okay, so let me pull everything up here. Oh. All right, so you are able to tell that the language that you just heard Evander kind of mimic is Abyssal in origin.
Mm.
You also know that as far as cults go, especially ones that might be tied to such nasty undead creatures, the name or the phrase "the Demon Prince of Undeath" comes to your head.
Mm.
But the actual name of the deity right now, considering you're quite stressed, escapes you at the moment. But it does make you think of a demonic worshipping cult.
Then as soon as Evander mimics this language, like Ulrich is like very obviously shocked and says, "They're chanting in Abyssal. And I have the sense that this cult may have something to do with the demon prince of the undead that I've read about."
Well, that's encouraging.
And upon that, you see one more ghoul creep out from the far side of the room where Evander is.
Oh no. Evander's facing the other, so I don't know if he would notice this or not.
He might not. However, we'll deal with that, I think, after our break.
Okay.
It's a good
Okay.
time to go on break. Take a little, 10 minutes? Is that usually what?
Yeah,
we decide on?
good 5-10 minutes. Maybe come back at like 10 after 5, something like that.
Okay, that sounds good.
Perfect.
Nice revelation. It's demons. All right, so I'm going to swap to my break screen. So thank you all so much for watching. Go chill out, grab a snack, use the restroom like we're going to do, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Thanks for hanging out, everybody.